Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Tonight we have a very fun read on what you'll see and experience when your soulmate is arriving. And I picked 4 cards for your pick of cards with corresponding jewels so you can double up on your choice. So, and I've had a lot of viewers say, oh, I like when there's jewelry and fun things involved, so I can, some people connect with certain stones, and I just like the color of it. And it was funny because I had this Egyptian piece and then the Scarab Beetle as well, and I was like, oh my God, that's too fabulous. So we're going to do it that way. We're going to start with the elephant spirit as number 1. And that is corresponding with a coral and watermelon tourmaline necklace. And on the top of the elephant spirit card, there's the number 25, if that has any significance to you in terms of birthday or any kind of date or address. There's that choice as well, because some people are highly numeric and they like that. Number 2 is Wombat spirit. Be at home, and the corresponding gems is a silver Buddha, pyrite, and gray pearl necklace. And that is number 68 on the Wombat if you're into numbers as well. Number 3 is a Scarab Beetle. Magic works through you. I love that statement so much, and I love the colors. And then we have a corresponding Egyptian goddess necklace made out of lapis lazuli and coral as well. I thought that was so neat when I saw this Scarab card. I was like, oh, I'll have to use my Egyptian necklace to go with it. And that has number 52 on it, if that has any significance to you. Number 4 is the brown bear spirit. Take time out. Take time to relax. It's winter. And then we have rose quartz for love, and also some cherry quartz too. That's very, very beautiful. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll let you make your choice. And again, what you'll see and experience when your soulmate is arriving. So, and then also little things that can help tweak it, move in your direction, have you work into it with ease and very little effort and calmness. Oh, I love that. The Hermit. Yeah, lots of times when we're going about, especially after a full moon like we had, and then we had an eclipse, there's a very powerful shift of energy, and we realign ourselves to a lot of facets in our life, realizing that, okay, this aspect just does not work. These people, places, or things are too extra. I don't need them. You start to shed that skin and realize what's not necessary. But this is a very wise phase to step away from all the activities and really come into tune of your body, mind, and spirit, and realize this works, this doesn't work, connect, realign. And this is going to help you, this energy definitely of Queen of Swords, because she's decisive, quick action. She doesn't get overload in the emotional department. This is about logic. Hell, if I acquire this, that, and that, I have to have long-standing funds to sustain it. I'm talking about like if you get a second home, or if you're whatever you're doing, a new car, all those things. She's very quick thinking like this, and she will be like this in terms of the soulmate's arrival too, like very intelligent about the whole aspect of it, and staying, you know, keeping perspective, because you still have to live your life, work, be calm, have some, this is it. I want to just make this point too, because I have so many beautiful, beautiful clients. But what's happening is they turn the relationship so serious, so quick, that the male or female, whoever is enjoying the honeymoon phase of it, or the pursuit of it, or the high romance section of it, all of a sudden is running chores for the other one, or giving up something for the other person. The expectations get a little too high. So what we need to do is dial that back. Let the romance phase really play out, okay? Because what I feel that's going on with this person, one of the massive, massive attributes that occurs is the pull of love. You feel the pull of past life love when you're near your soulmate, okay? So the pull inspires you to want to touch your soulmate, hold their hands. You're always wondering what they're doing, and you're wishing them well too, especially if they're going to an interview or they're doing something. Your hopes are always with them. And the other really cool thing is you have these protective instincts. It's funny, and sometimes that's why we have to retreat and come to terms with them. The protective instincts are all about attraction to our soulmates manifest most powerfully as protective instincts. The physical well-being, the welfare of your soulmate is as important to you as your own. And there is little that you would not do for one another, no matter the cost, time of energy, effort, or money. It just is that way. And that recognition comes into your sphere immediately. You're like, wow, that's what I mean. The protection, the love, everything. It's all encompassing. It's a very, very powerful energy. Hence why I got these cards to correspond, and I love these. So you're going to love them too. That's why I'm going to show you the box. This is by Megan Waterhouse, the Divine Feminine Oracle. And I love these in terms of love cards because and recognizing it, because they are supremely beautiful and they make a lot of sense. So right now we have for you, look how beautiful these are. Aren't they just breathtaking? This is Inanna. She is the queen of heaven and earth. And her phrase is, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Now who she is a representation of the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. Inanna was the most prominent female deity of ancient Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship around the Uruk period, it was like 4000 to 2000 BC. Temples and shrines were dedicated to her, and they lined the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. So her temples were housed with her priestesses, and they would each take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage between Inanna and her consort, Dumuzi. So the Heros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within, the male and the female, the light and the dark, most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister, Ereshkigal. So she must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates, so when she finally reaches her sister, she's naked. And when Inanna ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. So when your soul gets this card, it goes into the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. You become more powerful because you're no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep your shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground, okay? You're courageously descending the faces and aspects of yourself that are hard to get to when you're fully dressed or cloaked heavily in the ego, okay? So when you meet your soulmate, you really do, you just drop all that bare and you're aware and you're like, this is what I am, and you realize that they will be accepting of that and you of them in your purest form. Isn't that so beautiful? I love that. I love that. I love that. So again, realize that you need no facade. You need no egocentricities, you know, like I have to be extra, look extra, be smart. You don't have to be anything other than what you are, because there is an innate purity in this connection as it is. So you don't have to push and or create a persona that is anything other than what you are in your truest self, because that is what's attractive. Your soul message, your soul energy that connects with them, that's what's attractive to them. So that is amazing, and that's you guys. Again, something else that I keep hearing too is, and you're going to know, it's always that instant attraction. So when you first meet someone you've known well from past lives, you know instantly that there's someone who's special to you. When you're around them, you experience a sense of familiarity and you automatically are comfortable with them. They feel like home and family to you. So you're already at ease and in a calm headspace and heart space. So again, you don't feel the need to perform or be extra. It's just a lovely, lovely, easeful, natural connection. So I love that for you guys. Amazing. So that's you, Elephant Spirit. If you're new to the channel, welcome. How nice of you to show up. I'm very glad you're here. And if you'd like to, please press the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when all my new videos come up. And the little gray arrow at the bottom of the right will bring you down to anything that you can want underneath my video for like private reads. My Instantgo, if you have a quick question, I get back to you in an hour or two. I have a whole little community of sisterhood on there that I talk to daily, and you guys are wonderful. Thank you for your patronage and your help and your great questions and your progress you're making. Beautiful. And my Patreon page, it helps support the channel. I really appreciate you guys as well. If you guys want to pop on there and see what it's all about, I'd really appreciate it. It is a really cool system that helps artists be able to do what they do, and they get rewards as well for whatever tier they're on. So that's very cool too. And then just the regular stuff, my Etsy store, if you're new, I make all this handcrafted jewelry. I use all natural stones. I have tons of rings. I'm famous for my rings because everybody likes those. But I feel like for instance, I know all the properties, and I'm actually going to do a special on that. Like lapis lazuli is the Egyptian stone of communication, and I just believe when I wear it around my throat chakra, I feel like I can channel very clearly and be very erudite in how I speak. It's really cool, the study of stones and crystals. So again, you guys, just in case you're wondering about that last card, this is a Divine Feminine Oracle, and it's one of my favorite decks. It just arrived, but I tried to temper my influx of how many cards I get a month. You know, I don't want to be a crazy person that hoards every deck that's ever created. So I try to be chill on that. But this was one that I was like, ooh, so gorgeous. So that's, you guys, beautiful. Number 2, now we're on to the Wombat Spirit and the Pearl Pyrite and Buddha necklace. Look at my nails. They go with it. Oh, I work out. Ooh, I work out. I was like, when I started, I didn't have any nail polish on. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm like, Miss Melanie is not going on air with some scurvy looking hand. No, siree. I mean, my nails they're just regular nails, but it's like, I like sparkly nails, yeah. So let's see what is going on. Oh, very nice. Princess of Swords. Again, it's funny. We just had the Queen of Swords for the prior read, and what I believe that is about, wow, this is Sword City, because we always want to evaluate and reevaluate and think and go through and assimilate what can happen and just funnel and have everything go through a sieve, and we think things to death. So the message I'm hearing of this is, please do the opposite of this and just let it become ushered in naturally, because that's what's going to work for you. Because this is about attention to high and low. You feel happy when you're near your soulmate, right? When they are kind to you and when they return your love. Similarly, it causes you to feel unusually sad when you are separated from them. That is a true sign. When they are unkind to you, and when they fail to return the love initially or in that moment, you're very sensitive to that. And this is why I believe the swords come in so much, because they're like, yo, let's apply some logic to this. Because if we have everything in the heart chakra and everything in the emotional set, it can overwhelm you and you won't be able to think clearly when you need to. Hence, driving your car. Do you want to drive straight off a cliff because you have the woe is me? No, you don't. You need to look at the road. Do you want to be thinking about when you're going to see them next when you're kickboxing? No, because you're going to have your face kicked off. You have to focus and center yourself when all this is arriving and bubbling around you, because it is very frenetic energy and you can fluctuate high and low. I know this from my clientele. When their soulmates are in their sphere and being loving and kind, it is like the sun is directly on them. That's Saint-Tropez sun, and they feel the love, they feel the warmth, they feel great. However, when it's not, when the spotlight or the love isn't as pertinent, they start to question everything. That's what these swords are about. Why didn't they text? Where are they? What are they doing? What's going on? Oh my God, are they, it's like, it overwhelms them. So you need to think a little less on that and just allow, okay, things will be all right. Because here's another thing. This is very, very interesting. You have this really crazy, neat flash of recognition because your attraction to your soulmate is continuously reinforced by their mannerisms, how they smile, how they laugh, by their habits, what they do, and what they have always done, by their presence, how they feel to be around. These flashes of recognition send constant hooks of love into your mind and heart. So even before really their approach or when you first meet them, it's crazy. It's like these psychic threads that are attached to you. You feel the pull. It is a pull at your heartstrings. And it's very recognizable. And sometimes the anticipation of that and the pre-arrival of them, you can have these sensations as well. It's like your body and your spirit team is preparing you so you can be in the right headspace. And you're also wary of false starts. You know what I mean? Because you can be in a hyped up, extra sensitive state. So if somebody even smiles at you, you can be like, oh, is that them? But this gives you a matter of discernment. Again, why swords come in for this. So another thing that I'm hearing too with this is they're buried deep in your heart. The pull of past life love feels like your soulmate is buried in your heart. So you carry them with you all the time. And when you're parted from them, you feel a warm glow. You feel like their presence still with you. And at times you even feel what they are feeling. This is how your soulmate comes to feel like they are part of you. So when they're unwell, gloomy, happy, ecstatic, you'll start to be, it's like a symbiosis. You start to feel that as well. This attachment is that deep. You know what I mean? And so you'll feel like, wow, why is things yo-yoing? Because it's not necessarily your own feelings at that moment. You're plugged into theirs as well. So that is a very, very strong signal that you will be feeling as well. So I am going to pull you one of these most beautiful cards, a Megan Watterson's Divine Feminine Oracle. I keep popping the box out because at the end people are like, oh, what were those cards? So I think this helps a lot. So we have for you guys, Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So again, this is about humor and love and laughter, right? I feel like people are in their most natural, happy state when they're doing something they enjoy, right? Right now, I can't get any message across more strongly of what I wish for you guys than to do things you enjoy. Don't do what you think others want you to do. Don't do what you think is expected of you. Do what gives you joy, because when you do that, you become expansive and your perspective becomes much greater about what's going on around you, because you're lighter of heart, you're lighter of spirit, your vibration is up. When you're doing what you enjoy, your creativity flows, all these things, laughter flows. So Lalita says, playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. No kidding. Right before I did this, I was sending out an email to somebody, and the cat or someone went mental. So I started dropping the F-bomb. And in her text to her, there was like 10 F that and F this is. And I was like, what in the world? Because I had it on, I was voice dictating, and I'm like, I should send that out as is, because that won't look absolutely like a spasmodic woman, you know. Like, the cats are just going bonkers and destroying the world. So I thought I'd have a good swear at them. And they actually stop when I yell at them, because it's not something I do every day. They just look at me like, what is going on? Like they speak English. It's so funny. So Lalita represents a spontaneity that graces a heavy moment and reminds us that joy is a powerful spiritual practice. Lalita Tripura Sundari is a Hindu deity known as the Red Goddess because of her connection to desire. She is often depicted sitting on a lotus with 16 petals, known as the fulfillment of all desires. She's holding a golden bow that represents the mind and 5 golden arrows that represent the 5 senses. And the ancient devotional text is dedicated to her. The Lalita, it's called the Sarhas Ranamam. It is a list of her 1,000 names that fulfill all the desires of a devotee simply through the recitation. So one of her many names is she who plays. The Sanskrit word lila means divine play. So Lalita loves when her devotees are able to move beyond dualities to the point where we are not separate from what we desire. She loves puja, or ritual worship, for the reason it moves us from our own ideas and thoughts of the divine into our hearts, where we can experience the divine directly, right? Do you ever have like the most loving thoughts of somebody? Doesn't your whole body feel warm and light when you experience that? That's part of the soul connection you'll feel. You'll feel playful, light to everyone and everything around you, because you're lifted, you're actually transported. It's very transformative love, and Lalita understands that. And when we're at our peak vibration in our loving heart space, we encompass that, and we want others to partake in it too. So we're kinder and gentler to those around us. So it's a lovely all-around energy for sure. And one other thing I'm hearing too is you're going to always have this person on your mind. You know, you're going to feel the pull of your past life, especially in the beginning, because your soulmate is always on your mind. So they're the first thing you're going to think of in the morning and the last thing at night. And don't think you're obsessive. It is simply part of like a connective tissue at this point. Okay. So that's just another thing that happens in a message that my spirit team was like, well, don't forget about this. And I love when I do these reads, because sometimes when I start channeling, depending on what it is, especially if it's like what your guides want you to know, that ticker tape of information comes so fast. I sometimes don't breathe or speak correctly, and I have to calm down. But I always feel like love, soulmate, and twin flame reads are a calmer stream of information to me, and I love them, and I actually feel warm and I feel really good and light and tingly when I talk about it, because that's the energy that is all swirling around you when they're on their way and when they're there and they're present. And the thing is, we just know. That's the lovely part. We don't have to work anymore. We just know, right? That's beautiful. So that is you guys. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. And press like and subscribe if you like this video, and also the little notification bell down at the bottom so you know when all the new videos are up. And then if you go to the little gray arrow down in the bottom, that will bring you to all my stuff down below, to my Etsy store where I create all this jewelry, and I use all natural stones, and I've done it for quite some time, and I really, really love it. I believe in the properties of the stone. My Patreon page, pop over there and have a look. It helps support the channel, and it's such a lovely group, and we have open chat night, and we do all this fun stuff, and you get extra subject matter depending on your tier, and it helps support the channel. It's fantastic, and I like it a lot. I'm very, very happy. The group is so lovely. So thank you, patrons, for your support as well. And anything you can imagine, Instantgo, if you need a quick, like, one question right away, I hop right on there, because I have like a little monitor on my screen that lets me know that you guys need help ASAP. And that's a really cool service that I love to provide, and I have a great group. I have a lot of regulars on there, and we work through a lot of issues together. So thank you guys too for supporting me in that way. And then also there's a Goddess Provisions box link down there if you guys want to check that out. It's just a really cool mind, body, spirit service that I get a small portion of if you purchase it from this link, and it's cool. You get crystals and all kinds of neat things. It's something, I rarely say yes to anything, but the quality and the service of this is phenomenal. So I was like, and it's something that I would want for myself as well, you know what I mean, because I love their candles, I love all their stuff. It's really, really cool. So remember, it's like, just lean into this and be at ease with love, and let it just occur, and be receptive and warm and feminine, masculine, whatever you feel like being, because it's one of those things that you don't even have to try it. It's just there. And that's a lovely way to be, right? To just do and be in a happy head and heart space. So amazing, you guys. I love that energy for you. All right, my lovelies. And now we are on to number 3, the Scarab Beetle spirit. Magic works through you. And that comes with a corresponding lapis lazuli Egyptian necklace. Okay, let's see what is going on for them. Again, what is our, oh my goodness, with these, hold on, I just got to clear that for one sec. What you'll see and experience when your soulmates are arriving. Wow, Princess of Wands. We've gotten so many kings and princesses in this. I feel like it's because when you're at a princess, king, and queen level, you are in very high vibration. You know what you want. 3 of Pentacles, yeah. You've worked towards it. You're honing your personal life, your spiritual realm. You're getting everything in alignment because you have an understanding that you want to attract what is completely loving and connected and calm and honorable, right? Joy and stability, letting go of all your negative things, let things dissolve that don't work for you, beautifying stuff around you, your thought process, how you look, all of those things, you know what I mean? You just have faith, and you just are becoming poised and eloquent in your behaviors. That's why I believe all of these princesses, queens, and kings have been coming up for, this is the 3rd one in a row for this, because you're really becoming aligned. And again, let's see what I get a feel for this. Okay. Okay, yeah. The messages are... So, the cool thing with this is, it's so funny because they're buried deep in your heart. So, the pull of a past life love feels like your soulmate is buried in your heart. You carry them with you all the time, so when you're parted from them, you feel a warm glow. This is like the other one too. Yeah, you always feel that, and you're thinking about them. But deeper still, you're wondering why you're willing to put up with so much from your past life soulmate at times. Yet as the past life of love is so strong, whatever they do or say, or fail to do or say, more love bubbles up and refills your heart. So it's like whatever happens, you find that your love for your soulmate is always deeper still. It's one of those things where it's like, why in somebody else might this be an annoyance or I would dismiss this idea, but from them, I find it so wonderful and so heartfelt and all those things. You just are such a cheerleader and someone who's rooting for them so much in their successes, in their life path, that it becomes sort of your own goal too, to help them succeed and vice versa, because you really have this past life recognition of them and you really want everything to endure, because you know only love endures. So let's just say your mutual attraction happens because you experience a deep love in your past life, right? So the deep love comes from countless lifetimes as spouses, lovers, family, friends, even enemies. So when you've loved another for literally thousands of years, that love is never lost. Again, it just recirculates and comes through in a different pattern, but it's easy recognizable. So that instant attraction is there. So when you first meet them and you've known them, you know instantly that there's someone special to you. You just know. So when you're around them, you experience a sense of calmness, familiarity. You're automatically comfortable with them. You feel at ease, almost like they're just a natural family member, which is really beautiful for you to be able to converse. There's no nerves. You're just like, wow. It's like having a family member or someone around. You'll feel your natural body's energy being very chill. Like there'll be no tenseness in your shoulders and neck. Like, you know what, sometimes when you meet somebody new, just say on a date or whatever, and they're not a soulmate, there comes through your own ego. And some kind of an expression of trying to impress. The ego always wants to impress and seem bigger, better, and more somehow, right? So I feel like shoulders get tensed up. The stance becomes a little more stiffer because you're trying. But however, in this scenario, it's completely effortless. So I want to pull you something from the divine or feminine oracle, because I love this for this. And these are remarkable, remarkable cards. So your card, let me give this a shuffle. Very nice. Ooh, good energy for this. Look at the lighting in these paintings too, how beautiful they are. So Freya is the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely, and I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Who she is. So Freya embodies the fierce and finely honed spiritual skill of discerning the most life-giving choice in each moment. In Norse mythology, Freya is one of the most powerful and important deities. She's the chief of the Valkyries and the demi-goddesses who will choose who will live and who will die during every battle and war. So after being Valkyries, the demi-goddesses become Norns, the great goddesses who weave the fates and histories of people and nations. So Freya rides into battle wearing a magical cloak of falcon feathers and takes half those fighting. So her Valkyries, she models on how to choose, and when she rules over her heavenly afterlife called Sesrumirnir, she receives half of all those who die in battle, and the other half go to Valhalla, where the god Odin presides. So she wears a legendary necklace or torque named, so this is Scandinavian, it's called Brisinggamnen, and it's a powerful jewel that makes her irresistible. Just like all of these. So if you wear any of these, you will be irresistible. No, but I can't tell you what can spark a conversation with male or female, like a gorgeous piece of jewelry. That's half of my conversations in my life. When I wear my pieces out or I just go out, I'm always in gem and bead shops as well, collecting and stuff. But people get excited. They understand the power of crystals and things that come from deep in the water, the ocean, the earth. They carry a vibration, hence the excitement about it, right? So that's why Freya has this rockin' jewel. Look at that. Wow, shazamos. So she wears her legendary necklace or torque, and it compels people to her when she calls. Very cool. So discernment is derived from the Greek word diakrisis. It refers to a spiritual power that allows you to distinguish between the spirits that will cause you harm and the spirits that will assist you. And that's what's going to be happening for you in terms of this soul connection. You're going to be divinely guided, so you're not going to have to put in any hard work. You're just going to be in your receptivity mode. It's going to come to you. But your eye of discernment and this goddess Freya, I love her too. It's different people say, I say Freya, and so, the J is silent. But yeah, I feel like that, especially when we're on the precipice of the love, or the love just arrives, our spiritual team is that much more predominant around us to guide us. So we won't be afraid. We won't overwhelm ourselves and or our partners, because it really is an avalanche of feelings, and intense feelings at that. And they help us go through it. And that's why we're elevated as the princesses, the queens, and the kings have all the cards prior have come, because we're elevated in our thought processes and our deeds. We are our authentic selves. We are well balanced. We have pride in ourselves, our appearance, how we behave, how we treat one another. And we're thinking of the collective. And I always find most people, when they're thinking of others, they are then at their best selves, right? Because there's no selfishness involved. It's all inclusive. And that's what's going to be going on for you, and just swirling around you in this beautiful batch of love soup. So I love that for you. Again, you're going to just feel all this gorgeous contentment and ease in your life as well, which is, that's something that is really, really amazing for you guys. I'm very excited for this group. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to press like and subscribe, and the little notification bell so you know when all the new videos are up. And the little gray arrow down at the bottom will bring you to all my links for my private reads, for my Instantgo. I have like a little community over there that I deal with daily. It's great if you need a quick read, or help on a subject matter or a topic. I hop right on there. I have a notification thing that goes off for you guys. My Etsy store, which creates all my handcrafted jewels with natural stones. And I have my Goddess Provisions box linked down there. I receive a small portion from them when you guys click on there. Really, really great stuff. Super high quality crystals. You get oracle cards. You get so much good quality for like 30 some odd dollars. And they do monthly boxes. The last one was a really great abundance box. Beautiful crystals. Amazing, amazing stuff. So that's them as well. And then you can visit my Patreon page if you like. It helps support the channel, and you get extra subject matter on there depending on the tier. And we have chat night. It's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful community. And thank you, patrons. You guys, you ladies are just the best. I adore you. I met some fantastic people through there. And that is that, you guys. Very, very good. I'm very excited for you. Look at that. Isn't this art? This artwork is stunning. And the book really has beautiful descriptions of the goddesses. Yeah, and I'm at first, like, a great deal of them are the Eastern goddesses, which I love. But now I'm finding I'm seeing Spanish, French goddesses. I'm seeing them from all over the place. It's really unique. So that was you guys. Wonderful, wonderful energy. So next we are on to Brown Bear Spirit. And he is number 9. That's my favorite number. And this is Take Time Out. And this is going to be the rose quartz necklace. So let's see what's going on for you in terms of energy. Oh, the 3 of Cups. Ooh, and the High Priestess. Beautiful. I've got to say, all that have come before have been very beautiful cards. They've been all in the royal court. They've all been kings, princesses, queens, and the like. Because, and now I thought we'd get a High Priestess and or the Empress card, because everybody is elevating. I feel like when we are at our high vibration and our frequency and we're ready to receive these things, we elevate in who we become as well, and it becomes, you know, regal. So this one for sure, they are always on your mind. You're definitely going to feel the pull of your past life love, especially in the beginning, your past life love. Because your soulmate is always on your mind, they're the first thing you think of in the morning and the last thing at night. So when you're parted from them, all the fond memories of the time that you spent together are going to fill your mind. And you're constantly planning, well, what would it be like if we went here and we met that? It's like they're in every scenario because they're very prevalent in all your thoughts. Again, another protective instincts. Attraction to soulmate manifests most powerfully as protective instincts. The physical well-being and welfare of your soulmate is as important to you as your own, because there's nothing you wouldn't do for them. There's no time, energy, effort, or money that you wouldn't put forth to sustain them and keep them hale, healthy, and sound, because it is essentially a part of you. And when you first meet them, of course, there's a huge flash of recognition. Your attraction is right there. Everything in their habits, what they do, what they've always done, their presence, how they feel to be around, the flashes of recognition send constant hooks of love into your mind and heart, both. You're attracted to them mentally, physically. And it's funny, you're using all 5 of your senses, the smell, the olfactory senses, the touch, all of those things are very intensified because the match is already, that connection is there. And you know that love endures because your mutual attraction happens because you experience a deep love in a past life. Soulmates are yours. The deep love comes from the countless lifetimes as spouses, lovers, families, friends, even enemies, all those things, that constant presence of them, so that knowing that you have of them. So, and again, your attention of highs and lows, you feel happy when you're near them, and you feel unhappy when you're not, because their presence lifts you and lightens you and gives you that sparkle and that glow. And it's something that you relish and you love. And it's just one of those things that you wish it were constant. But again, we have to carry on with our lives and do little things like eat food and work at our vocations, right? That's why I always thought in the olden days I would laugh at like the Arthurian legends and like anything like the Bolin movies and stuff like that. I felt like that was almost a hellish existence of just traipsing around a palace, reading books and studying the Bible and praying and then going to social events. Like, because I feel like you had a lack of privacy, especially as a regal person. You not only had certain duties, but I felt like that your privacy would be infringed upon all the time, and people would just show up and be like, oh, we have to go to this ball, we have to go to this joust, we have to go to this and that. Like your itinerary would be stacked. That's why I never would really want to be. It's like, think of the Queen of England. You have obligations up the wazoo. So it'd be nice to sort of be like a demi-queen where you could swan in and do whatever you wanted and then flake out when you felt like it. You know what I mean? You didn't have to constantly be giving alms and all that. Would be very trying on one. Not to mention the lack of indoor plumbing would be a quel bonheur. But look at this with the Three of Cups. There's going to be a lot of bon ami, a lot of wonderful social. You'll want to socialize, because when we're lifted, happy, and we feel really good, we want to see others and spread that, right? But again, I feel like you're in a very enlightened stage at this as well with the High Priestess. You're really connected and tuned into that as well. And you're like, let's do this. Let's learn more. You really are at a wonderful learning phase, and because you want to be the best at what you're doing and really understand what's out there in the exchange of energy, because it's such a very meaningful connection. You want to know what is this bigger, better thing. Like sometimes I love this idea of just saying over and over, what am I, what am I, what am I? And then you start to see yourself as energy in little bits and pieces and this and that. You know, what is my heart doing? What is my heart? Yeah, what is my brain? What is my brain? You ask all yourself these questions. And I am constantly researching. I can never know enough in my lifetime. I'm always on my learner's permit. I'm always like, what is this? What is that? And you know, we will never know all. So when people just start like spewing facts, I almost get annoyed, because I feel like some people want to know things just to say they know things. I want to know things to understand, and so do you right now. You're like, how is this possible that this person holds such sway over me, mind, body, and spirit? How can I care for this person so much like they're my own child or my own sort of like a twin, you know what I mean? Things like that. And it's very intense, and you'll start researching it. You'll be like, wow, you'll want to know. And then you're going to be in this lovely, lovely, ta-da, like just celebratory phrase. So I'm going to pull you a card from the Divine Feminine. Oh, I love this. So I need to find this in the book as well. So I'm letting people know too on each thing if you're not watching everything. And some people say, can I have more than one? And you can actually look at all of them and choose all of them and just take what is prevalent to you and what really rings true with you. I'm sorry. So this is by Megan Watterson, the Divine Feminine. Because what happens is I will read stuff, and then people will go, what was that? And I'll have like 100 comments, and you know, a bunch of people can all be going, oh, what were those cards? So I like to announce it at the beginning of it so people can see what they are. Okay, so let me pull a card for you. Oh, I love that. The Black Madonna. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love it. So let me get the right page for that. It's 26. I'm so impressed with this deck. Every time I say that, I'm like, this is my favorite deck. This is my favorite deck. But I've got to say, this is one of my most... I love goddess decks and divine feminine decks, and especially when it pertains to soul and twin matches, because there's a power behind each of these deities, and they were held in extreme high regard for a reason and worshipped for a reason, and the philosophy behind it. You know what I mean? So the Black Madonna is Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity of love. So I feel like this group, you have suffered in the past, definitely through divorce, through mistreatment, through abuse, through abandonment, through a lot of things, through illness. So you have suffered, and now is your time to be loved and cared for and be on equal footing with a beautiful love match, okay? So the Black Madonna represents the power we have all to emerge from the darkness. You know, we're transforming. There are over 500 Black Madonnas throughout Europe. Historians believe that many of the icons are actually the Egyptian goddess Isis and her son Horus, which was carried over from Egypt during the Crusades. So other icons are meant to represent earth goddesses that are worshipped for their fertility miracles that are attributed to them. So she's often depicted holding a royal scepter of a ruling monarch. So Jungian psychologist Marion Woodman believes that the Black Madonna represents a new awareness or consciousness toward the earth and our bodies. She represents the wisdom we can only accrue when we go through often painful fires of transformation. In The Pregnant Virgin, Woodman relates that only the intensity of the fire can unite body and soul. So the Black Madonna helps us become conscious of the spirit in matter, of the light and the dark, of the intersection of sexuality and spirituality, right? So I love this. Yeah, that connectivity, again, talking about past pains and understanding, you know, we don't all go through bliss continually. That would be weird as hell, don't you think? If we're constantly, everyone was in a state of bliss, that'd be confusing and berserko. We have to traverse foul waters to come to serene waters. And the Black Madonna is a lovely example of this deity that lets us know this. So that makes love, drinking from the cup of love, all that more sweet. Absolutely, 100%. So I love that for you guys. So you're going to know, and you're going to know this love is going to endure. You're going to feel the pull of love. They'll always be on your mind. They are buried deep in your heart, your attention. You're going to have highs and lows for sure when they're around. Super protective instincts of them. All those things, whatever happens, you're going to find that the love for your soulmate will always run deeper. You'll think this well has hit bottom. There's no way I can possibly have any more love. However, it's there. And the wonderful thing is it's reciprocated. And that is really beautiful. So I'm so happy for you guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. My name is Melanie. And I'm very happy you're here. Don't forget to press like and subscribe if you like this video. And also hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come up. And then if you hit the little gray arrow, that'll bring you to everything down below. That'll bring you to my private reads. That'll bring you to my Instantgo, where you can just tap on that and get a quick answer if you're in dire need. I have a fun little community I speak to almost daily on there. They are so lovely. And my Patreon page, go check that out. It helps support the channel. And you get extra information, and we have chat night, and we have a lot of fun things going on there. And a lot of people are just on the $1 monthly donation, and it really helps support the channel. So thank you, Patreons. I really, really am appreciative of that. And then my link to my Etsy store as well, where I have all my handcrafted jewelry and all the rings you always see me wear. Those are in my shop as well. I really believe in the proponents of natural stones. Anything that comes from deep within the earth obviously resonates different healing vibrations. I really believe in them, and I found it to be true. When I choose a certain jewel for its property, it has seen me through, and it has done what it's purported to do. I am a huge advocate for use of crystals and stones for sure. So thank you guys. And I also have a goddess link down there if you want to check out the goddess provisions box. So fun. I can't say enough about it. So love and light to you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really, really fun to make. As soon as Ian got home, I was like, let's get this thing started. I'm like, I have all these ideas, and I got to get these divine feminine cards out there because they're so beautiful, and I couldn't wait to use them. So love and light to you guys. I hope you like this. Peace out.